Virgil got injured and he'd done his ACL. But still, when you look across Europe, I think there's only Bayern Munich and Liverpool where at home you think, no one's beaten them. I mean, Liverpool are unbeaten in 3.5 years at home. So the consistency's there. It's incredible.
Let's take a look at the best of social media this week, which we do on the show each and every week. You'll have no doubt been to see Trent and Hendo's painting there on Sybil Road, the image of the captain with the European Cup in his hands. How amazing was it to see the Saint and Roger Hunt added to those images as well, where it all got started on the Bill Shankly. Mentioned them at the start of the show, but Saint looking brilliant in those pictures, Jace, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was lovely to see, really, isn't it? To be immortalised in a painting, on the side of somewhere is just great. But to go back to the 60s, which is what our club's all about, isn't it? History and legacy. It's not all about now. We shouldn't forget where it was born. We shouldn't forget, them players that won the FA Cup, set the club on the journey that we're on now. It's you've got to have that. You've got to have that history. The foundations have got to be built, and I think it's right that them players get recognised. And they're getting on a bit now, so I know that will bring a smile to the Saints' face. Roger Hunt as well, all those favourite player. They inspired us, and hopefully the lads who are playing now have been inspired by the generations before them, the Steven Gerrards, the Carragers, Torreses and the Suarezes. So, we all look up to them players. For us, they're absolute legends. Brilliant. I loved it. Yeah, I thought it was great.
Arjad and Shaqiri Lovin is well documented on this show as well. The more we see of him, the more we love him. But find somebody who looks at you like Shaq looks at Pep Linders when he's giving you instructions to go on, and look deep into his eyes. That was true.
No, my missus would look at me like
that. Babe, you listen to this?
We'll send her the images of that, mate. Just so she's reminded.
Why don't you look at me like that?
Yeah,
you know why.
Yeah. 8-tier Marine as well, another club very close to Jason's heart, knocking Colchester United out of the FA Cup last weekend. Mentioned there for David Raven, former Liverpool player, former teammate of yours at Tranmere as well, Jace. Havant and Waterlooville, and of course, because they're classed as non-elite footballers now, they might not play again until the start of December. They've obviously got a big draw in the next round of the FA Cup, so it just shows the place the world is in at the moment. I'm sure Hutch and Jay will have seen this as well. Chorley beating Wigan in the FA Cup. Did you see the images of their changing room after the game?
I didn't see it. No, I seen the result.
Football anthem.
No, I didn't see it.
They were singing something like you in the changing room. It makes a change to Campione, but they did really well with that.
Have you lads ever played in sort of for a lower league team and beat a Premier League team or a First Division team in the FA Cup? Have you ever been the other way? Do you know what I mean?
Sort of, Jace. When I got my sort of breakthrough when I was at Hartlepool, we drew Tottenham in the FA Cup, and obviously Gaza was at Tottenham. It was the Gaza, that sort of era, and we drew. I think we drew 1-1 at home, and I played really well in the game. And then we went to White Hart Lane, and Gaza scored a hat-trick at White Hart Lane against Hartlepool. But I think I played centre-half that day because I was a centre-half when I was young. And how I got my sort of break, if you like, is the chairman of Hartlepool sent the video of that game to all of the Premier League clubs. And that's how sort of Liverpool and Ron Yates got the footage of sort of me. So, them sort of cup games can put you right in the shop window. The bizarre one is when we drew Bolton away in the FA Cup. It was live. You were at Bolton at the time. You played for Bolton. So you guys, you rascals, this Jermaine. Listen. Bolton, because they had no chance of beating Liverpool, turned the undersoil heating off on the day. It was like an ice rink.
Yeah.
Jermaine, the most dangerous conditions I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
2-0 down at half time. Liverpool 2-0 down at half time. Graham's come in. And he's got the big, the big old steel, metal kettle.
Yeah.
He's got that full of tea, launched it off the wall. He's throwing cups off everyone's head. We've gone out second half. Ridiculous own goal from, I think, your centre-half, Jason. Rushy scored 2-2.
Yeah.
We took them back to Anfield.
Yeah.
Beat us. And that rascal little winger with the curly hair, he ran towards, what was his name?
David Lee.
And he ran towards the cop, giving it 1-0. I wanted to chin him.
The only nearest scare I've had was we played Everton Waterloo at Anfield. We went 2-1 down. And I was like, oh no, what's happening here? And then obviously we ended up winning 4-2, but that's the closest I've come to a scare.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Joey Cole done an interview when we played Chesterfield at West Ham. again live on TV, and he got collared just before the interview, just before he was going on the pitch. And the guy went, "Oh, this is going to be a hard game for you." And Joey went, "It's got all the potential, this one, of an apple skin."
That's a new one.
Brilliant. And listen, let's sum it up, boys, because we're almost out of time. But post the international break, it will look an awful lot brighter. Hutch saying before that Joel Matip almost is now Liverpool's most important player. But you're looking at having Thiago back by then. Fabinho will probably be back by then. Of course, we've got a problem at right back now with no Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm just wondering whether Fabinho might be a stick and plaster in that right back position, or whether James Milner might stick in there. But he's got all of a sudden a few brighter options.
I'm waiting for the phone call, mate. He doesn't all play there, doesn't
he? Doesn't play wing backs, does he?
I can adapt.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Could you imagine getting a call? What are you doing Saturday?
You should phone Jurgen and say, Jurgen, what's the chances of me playing next weekend? 1 in a million. You're saying there's a chance.
But it is looking bright, isn't it?
If you got asked now, all joking aside, say the Premier League went, right, everyone, because of what's happening, you can ask one former player to come back and play. Right? If you got the call, would you do it? Would you do it?
100%.
100. I don't care if I embarrass myself, I'm doing it.
Would you do it? Yeah.
I think we'd be okay. You just use your brain.
You reckon?
You ain't going to be up and down like Trent. You just stand in your position.
Oh, I don't know,
My Achilles is mended as well, Jurgen. My Achilles is back to normal. Hey.
Imagine the amount of physio tape they need for you three to play a game again. Eh?
You should have seen it in Singapore.
Oh, yeah. It was snapped in Singapore until you got on the dance floor.
Oh, yeah. What a recovery, like Lazarus.
Well, listen, that's been great fun. Really enjoyed us all catching up again. Jermaine, brilliant debut by you on LFC TV. You will
Thank you. Absolute pleasure.
On record, that's the best show.
He's not just saying that because I'm here.
That show was that good. You don't even need to put an invoice in for that one, Jermaine.
Save it till next time. Great to see you, boys. Have a good weekend.
Pleasure.
And obviously the biggest thank you to you at home for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Fantastic by Babashini. Oh, what a goal! Testrup might be in here. Emily Testrup is a scorer for the first time. Babashini scores! It's Rachel Finesse. Oh, yes! Jade Bailey. And it's in. Finesse is there. Yes! She scores! Babashini, it's a great turn. Still Babashini. Wow, look at this! Babashini! Wow!
Yeah, big afternoon. Liverpool FC women's quest to return to the top of WSL is firmly on track. After 7 games, the Reds are 3rd in the Championship, and elsewhere the top 2 face off this afternoon. So Vicky Jepson's side really looking to capitalise with a win over Blackburn ladies here at Bamber Bridge. It's the annual Women's Football Weekend, and the Liverpool women have travelled to the wonderfully named Sir Tom Finney Stadium to take on their Blackburn Rovers counterparts in the FA Women's Championship. All kicks off live here at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And we've got Amy Rogers with us, who is back in full training again, desperate to be back out there with the girls. Maybe one last try for her on LFC TV before she gets back to the day job. And Kirsty Lynette as well, who's hoping to be back fit again very soon, is with us as well. Thanks for joining us, girls. Momentum key today, Kirsty, with that big result over Sheffield United last weekend. A win is key again today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's massive for us. I think obviously we enjoyed the win last week. That was really good for us, and we've had a good week of preparation this week, ready for a good result today. And obviously there's a big game between Sheffield and Durham. It's tight at the top, but we're excited to see the results after the game. Certainly back at the business end really early on in the season, Amy, but as Kirsty alluded to there, another big game going on this afternoon. The top of the league table is looking particularly tight. There's very little room for error this season.
Definitely, I think it's been so tight so far this year, and it's only going to be tight for the rest of the season. So it's massive today what happens in their game, and obviously what happens in this game as well. So fingers crossed we get the result we need. Sometimes you just have to concentrate on yourselves, though. The race is with yourselves. I know we're talking about other teams and how tight it's going to be, but you can only concentrate on winning your games and reset for the next one. Definitely, yeah. I think you can only focus on yourself. What happens in the other games you can't control, but if we don't drop many points, then that's all we can do really, and that's what we've got to focus on. Yeah, very tight up there at the top at the moment as well. Let's talk about Sheffield United last weekend, Kirsty. It felt like a must-win game for you because points have been dropped after that Manchester United result. Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we felt the pressure in that game because we did need the 3 points, but it felt calm during the week, and we were calm and collected, and we did our job, and I thought it was a good all-round performance from us. It was difficult in the second half. Sheffield came at us a bit more and we defended well, but again, it was good to get the win, and Vince Ola did really well on our goal. So. No, 1-0 wins are always nervy, aren't they? But if there's a game or a goal that's going to win a game, this was the one, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a great goal by Rins. Obviously she took on about 5 players, did it all herself, and yeah, as you can see there, she sent them all. It's a great finish at the end as well. Obviously we were all buzzing and cheering on the sideline, so it's a great way to get the goal and get the win. Very early contender for goal of the season from Nzola Babajide. You could see how much it meant to the players as well. What I loved about the game as well, Kirsty, was the dark art to football. I mean, the goalie was booked for wasting time, I think. You know, sometimes you have to play that little bit dirty, don't you, just to grind out these 1-0s that the men's first team have been so good at this last couple of months. Yeah, exactly. You don't get any more points for scoring more goals. I know goal difference is sometimes important, but we had to defend the lead and we didn't want to concede. It was important to get the 3 points, so it was nice to see the girls have that side to them, and the game management was really good, and like you say, we were time wasting and making it hard for them to get any momentum, and I thought we did really well at that. What does it do for confidence, that, Amy, within the camp in training last week, to beat the side that everybody wanted to beat? Yeah, massively. I think you can see us growing in confidence every week, and that win obviously was a massive boost, so hopefully we can take it forward, and we've got Durham again soon, so we can get a win there as well, hopefully. I think we can take a look at the team for this afternoon as well for Liverpool women. I suppose the only disadvantage, and it was a big blow last weekend, was losing Jade Bailey through injury. Obviously she's not in the side today, but it's got a familiar look about things again, and Jess Clark comes into that striking position for one of the big changes, one of the 2 changes this week. Yeah, it was obviously upsetting to lose Jade. She's a big rock for us in midfield, but we're all prepared and ready for other people to come in and start in 11, so Jess is ready and she's been training well, so it'd be nice to see her get a start and hopefully some goals. Jade's injury obviously was a big blow for you last week, as Kirsty was saying there as well. How will that change the way you play? Will it change the way you play here this afternoon, do you think, Amy? I don't think so. I think obviously Jade will be a massive miss, but we have a philosophy, we have a way we want to play, and I think the girls know their jobs and they know their roles that they've got to carry out. So I think hopefully it'll be a similar performance today and another win.
Looking forward to this one. Conditions are perfect. What she hasn't said, Amy, is that her best friend plays in Blackburn's team here this afternoon. A couple of former Liverpool players, and she is one of them in the form of Ellie Fletcher, who wears number 5 for Blackburn here this afternoon. Ali Johnson as well known to the Liverpool players, and Elise Hughes as well, who's on loan from Everton. Who are the dangers in this side this afternoon?
I'd say Elise Hughes is probably a big one. I think she's scored in the past 2 games they've played in. So, and obviously she's a massive Everton fan. She's going to want to win against us. She doesn't like Liverpool, so she'll be a big threat. And I think they've got quite a few players on loan as well. I think overall, I think they'll be a good challenge.
And for Ellie, your best friend, coming up against the former employers?
Yeah, I think Ellie, she puts in a good challenge. She's a great girl, but I think again she'll want to win. She'll want to beat us like she was here last season. But yeah, it'll be good to see her play again.
One team goes up from this division this season, which, again, I mentioned earlier, there's very little room for error, if any, for the team at the very top of the division this year. Blackburn, you beat heavily in the 2 games last season. Will that have any bearing on today, do you think, Kirsty?
No, obviously that was last year, so they have strengthened their side, and obviously it's important to get these 3 points today. That was a cup game last year, so I think there's always that added pressure, but we'll have hopefully a lot of possession, and hopefully we can get quite a few goals today.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating experience. They've had to kind of play against 2 low blocks, if you like, as well. We're going to hear from the manager. In fact, I think she's ready to speak to us now, Vicky Jepson, who's with Steve Hunter.
Vicky, great to see you again. The girls obviously going into this game in buoyant mood after a fantastic win against Sheffield United last week.
Yes, we are. Good spirits, good morale. You know, everyone was delighted with the result last week, but that was last week. This is a new week. We know it's going to be a tough game here. It's their home ground, so we've got to make sure that we're focused, we're ready, and we're prepared like we were last week. And our standards and our benchmark was set last week, so we've got to carry that into this game today.
And it's a proud weekend for the women's game. We're celebrating Women's Football Weekend, and it's great for Liverpool to be part of it on live broadcast as well.
Absolutely, Women's Football Weekend. It's been incredible yesterday with the games that we've seen. We've got some incredible games today, this being one of them, up and down the country, across the WSL and the Championship. So hopefully this will add to that special occasion, and we go out and we do the business.
Blackburn Rovers today then at the Sir Tom Finney Stadium. A few familiar faces in the Blackburn team as well. They've got a lot of youngsters who were on Liverpool's books. You'll know a few of them from your development days with the team.
Yeah, it's always good to see familiar faces in the opposite squad, especially young players that I've worked with, such as Ellie Fletcher in that squad, and Ali Johnson as well in the squad, and Lauren Thomas. So it's great to see those players, and I've got a good relationship with Gemma Donnelly, so it'll be good to be sharing the technical area with her. But yeah, today is about us and drowning out the noise from other fixtures that are going on in our league, and we just got to make sure we focus on ourselves and we apply ourselves in the best possible way for the full 90 minutes.
And earlier this week, Vicky, I thought you made a great point. Even though you had 2 big wins, 6-0 and 8-0 in cup games here last season against Blackburn, that goes out of the window. You need to keep your standards high today.
Yeah, I think I said to the girls that don't think this is an easy week of training just because we're coming up against Blackburn. It's not. Don't underestimate Blackburn. I know what our scores were last season against them, but that's irrelevant. It's a new season now. Blackburn have recruited really well, and Gemma's done a great job with their squad, and they've had some good results recently. So, it's not about getting complacent. We've got to make sure that our standards and our application is there like it was last week.
I was going to ask you finally about Rinsola Babajide. We've got to, really. She scored 4 here last year. She scored a Maradona-esque goal last week. Will we see more Rins magic here today?
I hope so. Let's put it that way. Obviously, I hope everybody. I'd like to see more players get on the score sheet. I know last season it was great to see Rins get those goals, and I'm sure she'll be gunning to find the back of the net today, along with other players in our squad.
Vicky, we wish you the best of luck as always.
Cheers, Steve. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
At Bamber Bridge this afternoon as the trains pass, the wind is flying as well, but looking forward to a really big weekend. It's Women's Football Weekend as well. We looked, a year ago, Kirsty, it was probably one of the biggest weekends of all of your lives playing at Anfield. Had things been normal, who knows, you might have been there again this afternoon.
Yeah, it was a great day. Obviously playing in front of all them fans at Anfield was incredible. It's upsetting that we can't get there this year. Well, hopefully maybe towards the end of next year, that would be nice. But yeah, it was a big occasion for us all, and something that we'd like to do again.
All big occasions though, Amy, wherever you play at the moment, aren't they? This has to be almost seen as a year-long stay in the Championship. You want to be back in the big-time WSL next year, and players like Rinsola Babajide are going to help you get there, aren't they, the way she's playing this year?
Definitely. Obviously, when we found out we've been relegated, the aim was we want to get back up in a year, and obviously we know it's a tougher, easier said than done, but of course players like Rins and Fernie and all these players and everyone in the team, just the graft, all the players, the younger players putting in training, like so important on a day-to-day basis, so we're driving these standards so we can go and perform on the pitch.
Yeah, Rachel Finesse has been massive as well, hasn't she? Almost, we talk about the sprinkle of stardust where Ritsola is concerned, but 6 goals from midfield. I think she's got 2 for a country as well. She's been worth her weight in gold for you this year.
Yeah, she's on fire. Obviously, she's played a lot of games as well, so it's about keeping her fit and keeping her on the pitch because she's such a big player for us, and she has such a big presence on the pitch as well. I think it's really good for the girls. She's a calm head, and she talks throughout the game and keeps the young ones in shape, and keeps the standards in training as well. She's a good player to have around.
She clearly loves it here, which is a big part of all of the players that come to Liverpool women. You know, you have a close togetherness there, and you don't really like bad eggs in here, do you? So you all have to get on together. It's simple as that.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a great environment to be in, and we all have the goal, which is obviously to get promoted, but I think it's ticking off the short-term targets and sticking together as a group, and I think we have that here, and it's nice to be a part of.
She spoke about in the week how you internally police each other, because you will come up against some teams this year that you beat convincingly, but it's about keeping those standards week to week the same, isn't it? Approaching every game the same. Definitely.
It's a massive thing for us, and obviously teams are going to want to drag them down to their level, and we obviously want to play football and we want to keep that up, so it's a massive thing for us in training that we don't drop our standards and drop our level, so we can keep it up in games and make sure we get the points that we need.
What will be the final words then, do you think, from Vicky Jepson here, Kirsty, today?
Score some goals, get the 3 points is obviously our aim, and we need to keep them points coming in and not drop any. It was disappointing to drop points against Lewis, but hopefully we've learnt our lessons and don't take any teams for granted, that all teams are here to compete, and there's some good players in this league. It's really competitive, so hopefully the message is to work hard and get them points.
Yeah, looking forward to some goals here this afternoon as Blackburn take on Liverpool women. The whole game comes live for you after this very short break.
The most underrated player in Liverpool's modern history.
Never felt like he was flustered, read the game fantastically well. He was a giant of a man.
He was a Rolls Royce of a player, really. You always felt so safe with him playing.
Certainly up there alongside the best that you're talking about, your Cannavaros and your Nestas. Sammy definitely deserves to be spoken in the same breath as them players.
LFC Trending is your weekly stop for all the freshest and most popular content across Liverpool Football Club's online and social platforms. With exclusive features and stories from around the club, to action and reaction from the first team, women and academy sides. Trending is the only place for your Reds roundup over the past 7 days. That's LFC Trending, new episodes every Thursday night, only on LFC TV.
everybody. We're at Bamber Bridge FC, the Sir Tom Finney Stadium, where, as always, we are absolutely proud on this special weekend for Women's Football Weekend to bring you live coverage of Liverpool FC women as they take on Blackburn Rovers. An absolutely fantastic victory for Vicky Jepson's side last weekend against Sheffield United. It was such a brilliant performance and a goal of the season contender, of course, from Rin Sola Babajide. Blackburn Rovers are the test for Liverpool FC women today. A team that Liverpool scored plenty of goals against in cup competitions last season, of course, but Vicky Jepson was keen to point out that was last season. This is another season, and it's important for Liverpool FC women to just concentrate on today's game in hand and try and get the 3 points for Liverpool here today. The referee just waiting before the two teams to come out onto the field. Once the teams come out, we will take a closer check at today's lineups for you. But delighted to have alongside us in the commentary box once again. Great to have her with us, and fantastic, by the way, folks. On Friday, she was back in training. She's got a big smile on her face. Liverpool's young, dynamic midfielder, Amy Rogers. Amy, great to see you.
Nice to be back. Yeah, I think it'll be a really good game today. I'm really excited for it.
A big game again, this one for the Reds, isn't it? I mean, what a win that was last week. We saw the joy on the faces of everybody connected with the club. It was magnificent, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was massive. Obviously, Sheffield are title contenders for us, so it was massive to get those 3 points. But again, this game's equally as important. We can't get the 3 points against the big teams and not the teams like Blackburn, and they're going to want to get the win today against us. So, massive game.
Absolutely. As I said before, you know, in the cup games, when Liverpool were playing Blackburn here last season, it was unbelievable, wasn't it? 6-0 and 8-0. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was great wins, and obviously it feels different now in a sense, obviously because it's the league, but hopefully we can produce a similar performance again today.
Absolutely. So it's a special weekend as well, this, isn't it? Women's football weekend, you know, promoting the women's game. Last season we were at Anfield when you played extremely well. So unfortunate to lose to Everton in the end, but that was a magnificent occasion, wasn't it? Obviously, sadly, no fans in the stadium for very obvious reasons with the pandemic going on, but we know the loyal Liverpool FC women's supporters will be in their homes. They'll be just finishing their Sunday roasts and they'll be singing the songs. We know they will from home, won't they, today?
Yeah, obviously we feel the support coming from home. We see it on social media and we feel it, and it's great going into the games. We know that we're all there supporting us, so hopefully we can have you back soon.
Absolutely. So we're still waiting for the two sides to come out onto the field very shortly indeed. But for Liverpool FC women, as I say, buoyant after that victory last week against Sheffield United women, which was a really big win. So we'll have a closer check at the teams for you then. Here we go, as Liverpool are just about to come out very shortly. So first of all, as always, we start off with the Liverpool FC women's side. And Vicky Jepson makes just the one change from the win over Sheffield United. Jade Bailey sadly not recovered from a bad tackle against Sheffield United last week. So Ash Hodgson comes in. A late change in the lineup as well. Emily Testrup, the Danish international, will lead the attack. Jess Clark is amongst the Liverpool substitutes today. Rin Sola Babajide scored 4 times here for Liverpool last weekend. Of course, last season here in the Women's FA Cup. Unbelievable that. 4 goals in that 8-0 FA Cup victory. As for the Blackburn Rovers ladies team, well, manager Gemma Donnelly is one of the longest-serving managers in the women's game. She makes just the one change from the win over London Bees last weekend. Jade Richards, a new signing from Aston Villa, returns at the back. 2 ex-Liverpool youngsters in the starting 11, Ali Johnson and Ellie Fletcher, who Amy Rogers knows extremely well. Their main threat will certainly come from the number 10, Elise Hughes, a Wales international, on loan from Everton. Good player, scored in the last few games for Blackburn Rovers ladies. So Liverpool and Vicky Jepson will certainly know how tough the threat is from Blackburn. But as far as Vicky Jepson's side is concerned, it's all about what Liverpool FC women do. As I say, full of confidence after that fantastic victory last weekend against Sheffield United. It was such a big win that for Liverpool FC women, and it's so tight at the top of the table, of course, and a big game taking place elsewhere today. Sheffield United are playing against Durham as well, so it's really tight up there in the league. Liverpool starting in 3rd place in the FA Women's Championship, just a point behind Durham, but Liverpool, Sheffield United and Leicester are all on the same point. So a big game here today proud moment as well, as we look first of all at Rinsola Babajide, who scored a Maradona-esque goal last week against Sheffield United. Let's face it, if that was Maradona, if that was Mo Salah in the men's game today, you'd be talking about that. You'd be eulogising about that goal for weeks and months and years to come. It was that good, and hopefully Rinsola Babajide can be good for Liverpool today. Proud day on the Liverpool captain as well, who's on the centre circle at the moment. Niamh Fahey makes her 50th appearance for Liverpool FC women today, and Amy Rodgers, Liverpool's dynamic midfielder, alongside us in the commentary box. A great moment for Niamh. She's such an inspirational leader at the back, isn't she?
Yeah, Niamh's a massive player for us. She's invaluable to the team, and she's a diehard Liverpool fan as well. She knows what it means for this club, so she's massive for this team, yeah.
So the team getting in the huddle. As I say, late change in the starting 11 with Amelie Testrup leading the line for Liverpool today. She started again against Sheffield United last weekend. As for Blackburn Rovers, well, they're doing pretty well this season as well. In all honesty, they're 6th in the FA Women's Championship. They're 5 points off Liverpool, but Blackburn do actually have a game in hand. So as far as Gemma Donnelly's side are concerned, there's a lot to play for Blackburn as well today. But as ever, with our Liverpool heads on, we're hoping the Reds, Amelie Testrup, can fire here for Liverpool. Slight positional change as well. Rachel Finesse just dropping back into central midfield in the absence of Jade Bailey, alongside Rhiannon Roberts, and Mel Lawley will play further forward, supporting Amelie Testrup. So, on this special weekend for women's football, FA Women's Weekend, it's the Liverpool FC women in action. Vicky Jepson side taking on Blackburn Rovers here at Bamber Bridge, the proudly named Sir Tom Finney Stadium. And as always, before the game, the players, staff and officials taking a knee, sending a powerful, poignant message all around the world. So we're about to get underway here in Bamber Bridge. Blackburn Rovers will have the first touch of the game with their main striker, Saffron Jordan. The referee just doing a quick head check before we get underway. As I say, last season when Liverpool FC women played here, it was a tale of 2 goal fests in cup competitions. But a slight delay to the proceedings here. And there's an extra flagpole was up behind the goal where they were using for training before the game, so that's the reason for a slight delay. Maybe they thought it was a little bit of a weapon, as it actually looks like a javelin. But at last, I think we're about to get underway here in this FA Women's Championship fixture. Liverpool FC women coming into it in great frame of mind, full of confidence. Early touch at left back for Taylor Hines, who settled in so well following her summer move from Everton. There's an early touch from Mel Lawley. Ash Hodson into the team today in place of the injured Jade Bailey. Back to Lawley again. Liverpool getting the early corner. Nice positive start, Amy.
Yeah, that was a bright start there from us, so hopefully we can keep that up and get some chances from it.
And it will be Melissa Lawley, the former Manchester City winger, who will take the corner here for Liverpool. Plenty of red shirts in that Blackburn Rovers penalty area. Cleared away, and we'll come back with the Northern Ireland international Rachel Finesse. Back in by Taylor Hines, and Niamh Fahey with a touch. Razza Roberts, Testrup! Fine save by Alexandra Brooks. Amelie Testrup in the thick of the action, and almost an early goal for Liverpool, Amy Rodgers.
Yeah, it was a great ball back in there by Tame. We seem to have so many numbers around the box unmarked, so...
Well, I assure you, as our replay monitor freezes, it was a great ball in, and it was a really good save, that, by Alexandra Brooks, the ex-Birmingham City goalkeeper. Looked like it was going to fall for Niamh Fahey, but then Testrup was unlucky. Roberts trying to get in there, Blackburn trying to counter. Good challenge from Becky Jane. Here's Hodson again. Here's Ali Johnson, the former Liverpool player. Saffron Jordan. Good interception from Becky Jane. Good play. Testrup. Lawley. Back to Becky Jane again. Hodgson trying to get in there. There's Ali Johnson. Remember when Scott Rogers was in charge of the Liverpool side, Ali Johnson certainly made a number of first-team appearances in the days when Liverpool FC women used to play on St Helens. It was a nice turn. And Widnes, of course. Switch for Taylor Hines. Babajide up against the former Liverpool player Ellie Stewart. Really good start here, Amy, isn't it, by Liverpool? You know, that the passing the ball well, using the width well, and creating plenty of problems for Blackburn so far.
Yeah, definitely. I think if we can keep switching the ball out like that and get it in wide areas, then we can cause some real issues for Blackburn.
It will be Mel Lawley again to take the corner. Vicky Jepson was saying earlier in the week, Mel Lawley glided across the pitch against Sheffield United last week, especially the first half. And there's a chance for finesse! Beaten away well again by the goalkeeper. Stayed in play. Here's Lawley. Razza Roberts was up there. Well, Alexandra Brooks in the thick of the action so far, the Blackburn goalkeeper. Two very good saves. That was all about instinct, really, that one, to deny a pile driver from finesse. Good ball by Roberts. Here's Hodgson. Lovely play by Ash Hodgson. Maria Edwards trying to get there. It's Rachel Finesse again. Can Liverpool's encouraging start here being rewarded with an early goal? They've had two good chances so far. And Richards back towards Brooks, the goalkeeper. Hodgson under pressure from Emma Doyle. There's Ali Johnson again. Well, Amy, here's that first chance again here. It's the corner that comes in. Oh, I've cleared. Look at the way Finesse catches it. Fine save that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was actually a block from Richards maybe. But it looked like it was going top corner, so it's a great block from Blackburn.
Yeah, so unlucky. Rachel Finesse, 6 goals this season. Hodgson. In the end, it's given us a goal kick. As I say, big games taking place all around the FA Women's Championship this weekend. That is certainly a big game to look out for. Sheffield United against Durham. But I think Vicky's right, isn't she, Amy, really? She said, you know, you can't start worrying about what's happening elsewhere, other results. Just got to concentrate on what we do.
Definitely. I think, obviously, what happens in the other games does affect us, but we can't think about that when we're playing on a Sunday. And as long as we look after ourselves and get the points we need, that's what's important.
Here's Ashley Hodgson again. Challenge in the end from Maria Edwards, who's on loan from Manchester United. Got a couple of on-loan players, Everton. Out wide towards Saffron Jordan again. Good challenge by Leanne Rowe, who's having an excellent season at centre-back. Saw her at left-back last season, Leanne, but with Sophie Bradley-Auckland, the captain, unavailable, of course, Leanne has switched to centre-back and doing superbly well.
Yeah, she's doing a really good job in there. She's so solid, Roby, in the challenge, so she's been invaluable in there for us.
Well, Babajide, after scoring 4 goals here against Blackburn last season, as you could possibly imagine, being well marked at the moment. Every time she gets the ball, there's 2 or 3 players surrounding her quickly.
Yeah, and I think she's up against Ellie Fletcher in there, and Ellie knows her so well, so she knows what she's gonna try and do to stop her.
And she beat 6 of them last week, didn't she, against Sheffield United? Becky Jane with a header, back in by Ali Johnson. Well, they're a good hard-working side, Blackburn, as I say. Gemma Donnelly, one of the longest-serving managers in the women's game with Blackburn, has a team well set out. They'll give it their all. As I say, they've made a decent start to the season. The goalless here at the Sir Tom Finney Stadium so far. Emily Testrup, so unfortunate not to score early doors for Liverpool. Finesse. Hodgson. Good challenge in the end from the ex-Everton player, Emma Doyle. Finesse has got it back again. Now Babajide picking up pieces. Taylor Hines forward from left-back. Finesse again. Wouldn't reach Mel Lawley with that second ball from Kaylee McDonald's clearance. Johnson. Up towards Jordan again, and Leanne Robe. Early touch for Rachel Laws. Of course, won a Women's Super League title with Liverpool, Rachel Laws, in her first spell with the club under Matt Beard. Had a couple of vital stops last week against Sheffield United with Rachel. Niamh Fahy, the Ireland international. Hines trying to link with Babajide. Better clear this one up, I suppose, Amy. You folk back home are wondering, you can see the dugouts over the far side. There's no one in them, but I can assure you the coaching staff are all here. They're right in front of us.
Yeah.
They're right behind the Liverpool dugouts.
Yeah, all the players are sat right next to us, so listening to what we're saying about the team.
Yeah, it's because of the restrictions, because of the COVID pandemic. That's basically the reason why they've switched the dugouts, because if you look at where the dugouts are, you cannot be the 2 metre distance there, and you can on this near side, are plenty. So the COVID-19 pandemic changing many ways. Things are done. Forward by Becky Jane, here's Testrup. Good forward play by Amelie Testrup. Here's Hodson, Babajide's in the middle. Started well, Ash Hodson. Unfortunate in the end and intercepted back there by Elise Hughes for Everton. Amy Hodgson. Good covering again, back there by Leanne Robe, the former Millwall Lionesses player. Forward by Niamh Fahy. Testrup. Doyle got there first. Good challenge by Finesse. Here's Lawley. Now Becky Jane. Robe. Good pick out. Babajide. Intercepted well in the end by Natasha Fenton. At Blackburn, quite a while actually. Natasha Fenton, their number 4 midfielder, joined the club at the age of 15 from Blackpool. Good work by Lawley. Ash Hodson back in the team today, Amy, and she started really well, lively on that right flank, giving the team some really good width so far.
Yeah, she has. She did really well when she came on, obviously, for Jade last weekend. So hopefully she can do that again and create some chances for us.
Lawley just trying to link with her again. There's Mel Lawley to Becky Jane. So goalless so far here in Bamber Bridge. But a really good start by Vicky Jepson's side. Good play by Finesse again on the front foot. Driving through.
Yeah, it was a good touch by Fern in there to draw the foul as well. Get us in a good position.
She's just an all-action player, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She'll run through brick walls for the team, and you can rely on her for that.
It will be Melissa Lawley over the free kick here for Liverpool. Was driven in from a long way out. And she was going for that one.
Looks like she was, yeah. It's quite a long way out, but I wouldn't put it past Mel to get it in the goal, but obviously she didn't this time.
So Alexandra Brooks, fine save to deny Amelie Testrup from close range. After a bright and early start. And Liverpool FC women here. Here's Lawley. Hodson's into good space. Here's Roberts, the Wales international. Blackburn charged the ball down well. Kaylee McDonald. Another ex-Everton player on the Blackburn side. Here's Jade Richards, a summer recruit from Aston Villa. Kaylee McDonald. Super challenge. And Babajide breaking away here for Liverpool. Chance on! So close, Ash Hodson back post. Mel Lawley in the middle. Just couldn't quite get there. But that all started with a superb challenge from Rachel Finesse in the midfield. And that is so unlucky.
Yeah, that's a great challenge by Fernie to get us going forward, and great ball by Rins, just really unlucky not to get on the end of it.
So joined Liverpool FC women from Watford in 2018, Rinsola Babajide. It was a tantalising cross, and because no one could put the ball away at the back post. Well, that's one way to get a view, isn't it? Babajide. Not allowed in the stadium, but you can peep over the fence. Well, she could, yeah, in the dugouts there over that far side. I saw a few people watching it from the bedroom window before when the players were warming up. Such as the close proximity. Finesse again in the thick of the action. And Blackburn so far, Amy Rowe, just finding it hard to deal with these forceful runs of Rachel Finesse. She really is taking the game to Blackburn, isn't she?
Yeah, she really is. She's so good at that, driving through players and using her body to get in the way. So she's drawn a really good foul again there in a really good position.
And will it be the left foot of Rachel Finesse who might have a go here? Or will Mel Lawley have another drive? Alexandra Brooks, the Blackburn goalkeeper. Finesse goes for it, but just cleared the bar in the end. From the northeast, Rachel Finesse, Sunderland lass, Northern Ireland international, joined Liverpool from Reading. Really influential figure for the team. Remember the goal she got at Chester last season against Arsenal? It was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? But given away, and here's Babajide. Kaylee McDonald in the right place after that. Blackburn were nearly caught out there. That's one player the opposition will want to give the ball away cheaply to Rinsola Babajide. Saffron Jordan at the other end, trying to cause some problems. Here's Niamh Fahy, the skipper, joined the club from Bordeaux. Big Liverpool fan. Finesse again. Good challenge, but Fahy in the right place to snuff out the threat. Becky Jane over the top for Ash Hodson again. It's getting goal side of Ali Johnson. Settle for the corner. Causing problems for Blackburn on either flank here, Amy. The Reds, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Doing really good in our 1v1s, and even just drawing a corner out of it, it's been good.
It will be Melissa Lawley to take this corner here for Liverpool. Razza Roberts on the reverse ball. Well, the fan song about Razza Roberts, she'll run through a brick wall. That's probably right. An inventive effort in the end, you have to say, that one, trying to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, I think it's a good effort, to be fair. She managed to wrap her foot around it quite well.
It certainly was, wasn't it? It wasn't easy to take that at all. Ali Johnson. Good interception from Leanne Robe. Babajide after it. There's Babajide into the path of Amelie Testrup. Becky Jane. Testrup again. Good defending there from Jade Richards. Of course, this is Liverpool's last game in the league until Sunday, December the 6th, when Crystal Palace come to Prenton Park. Got a small matter of a women's Merseyside derby away at Everton on Wednesday night. Another game, by the way, we're delighted to announce we'll be showing that live for you on Wednesday in the Continental Cup group stage. But the main priority is to get 3 points here, keep up that fight at the top of the FA Women's Championship, with only one team promoted to the Women's Super League. Every point is so vital, isn't it, Amy?
Yeah, it's massive, and obviously there's a massive game today in Sheffield and Durham, so be interested to see what that score is at half-time, but yeah, it's massive for us to get the 3 points today.
Lawley coming short, Becky Jane, Hodson. There's Ali Johnson again for Blackburn. Becky Jane just keeping an eye on that before Maria Edwards could get away. Fahy carrying the ball forward for the Reds here. Hines. Now Babajide. Back to Taylor Hines again. Wouldn't find Testrup because Jade Richards was there again at the heart of the Blackburn rearguard. Working hard for each other. Blackburn, as I say. Another drive forward here with Emma Doyle. Taylor Hines getting there before Amy Hodgson. Finesse. Clever. Roberts. There's that outlet ball again. Hodgson just couldn't quite get there. There's Becky Jane again, working hard to get it back. Fahy. I mentioned it briefly before, Amy, but you had a big smile on your face, and quite rightly too, when we saw on Friday you returned to training. How good was it to be back out there?
Yeah, it was a great feeling to be back with the girls, and obviously I've missed training with them, and it's just great to be back and obviously be around everyone and back playing football again.
It's all about taking your time now, isn't it, and getting back when the time's right.
Yeah, definitely. With the nature of the injury it was all about being patient and just building up slowly, so hopefully not a place where I'm almost back to full fitness now, but obviously there's still a bit of a way to go.
Absolutely. We've enjoyed having you in the commentary box, but it'd be great to see you back out there again, snapping at the heels of those opposition team. Here's Hodgson for Liverpool. Back to Lawley. There's our team sheets running, flying about in the gantry in the wind. Still goalless. And a really bright start it was from Liverpool here. So unlucky not to get that early goal, especially Amalie Testrup, and then Rachel Finesse having the shot. Played a lot of the football in the Blackburn half, but as I say, Vicky Jepson, even though we spoke at the top about those big wins, you know, 6-0 here in the Continental Cup and 8-0 in the Women's FA Cup, but when you get those results, Blackburn Rovers signed a couple of players in the summer, regrouped a little bit, and they'll be wanting to make things ever so difficult for Liverpool, and Vicky Jepson knew that, players know that. And it's all about patience. Sometimes you're not going to have it all your own way. Sticking together, be patient. And take that opportunity when it comes.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what happened last week, wasn't it? You got a good start against Sheffield United, got a wonder goal, played superb in the first half, really battled well in the second too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's so important. Obviously, you've just got to take the chances when they come and then defend for your lives at the other end and keep the result.
Babajide, someone who's capable of producing a moment of magic at any time, any moment on the field. That's good play by Hodgson. Here's Becky Jane, rampaging forward from right back into Mel Lawley. Who just got stuck under a boot in the end. Babajide trying to win it. Nice turn by Finesse, shot on the turn, spilled by the keeper. And she grabs it. Brooks as Testrup closed it. That was unlucky, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, again, great use of Fernie with her body to get the shot off, and great chasing up by Amelie, but the keeper's done well to collect it and keep it in a grasp.
Forward by Roberts. MacDonald. Forward by Ellie Fletcher. Rhiannon Roberts again. To Becky Jane. Still goalless here then at Bamber Bridge. And the Blackburn goalkeeper pulled off a fine early save, then a great block to deny Rachel Finesse. Home side will get the free kick. It's the late challenge in the end from Rachel Finesse on Emma Doyle. Kelly MacDonald over the free kick for Blackburn, ex-Everton, 5th season here at Blackburn actually. She also started with Mossley Hill Ladies before she came here to Blackburn. It's a nice turn by Maria Edwards here. Causing some problems. Elise Hughes into Saffron Jordan with a chance. Brilliant save, Rachel Laws. Fantastic stop by a big signing for Vicky Jepson in the summer. That's what Rachel Laws does. Moments like that, teams can have them chances. What a big save.
Yeah, that was a great save by Laws in. Really good turn by Saffron Jordan in there to get the shot off, but I think Roby had a massive part to play there. She put her under that pressure as well.
Really big hands there to deny Saffron Jordan from Rachel Laws. That's why custodians are so important of your goal at first team level and side. We know only too well with Alison Becker. We've got the women's side, and Rachel Laws makes big saves like that.
Yeah, it's so massive. Obviously, you want that security behind you, knowing that Lawsy can pull that save off if she needs to.
Of course, in the goalkeeper department, we're quite blessed in terms of Liverpool FC women, because in those 2 cup games, I think Riley Foster, the young Canadian keeper, has been absolutely brilliant in them 2 games. You told me as well about Eleanor Heaps as a good goalkeeper coming through the ranks. It's important, isn't it? And Rachel Law's doing a great job mentoring them keepers as well, along with Jen Hurst, the keeping coach.
Yeah, I think the GK Union at the moment is really strong and in a really good place, and I think they're so supportive of each other and that they've got such quality between them, and it's really good to know that that we're going to have someone good behind us pretty much.
That could turn out to be a really vital save towards the end of the game, that from Rachel Laws, because when Liverpool have been dominant territorial-wise, had they earlier good chances, and then when he takes one moment like that, you find yourself a goal down. And it remains goalless here at the Sir Tom Finney Stadium. Testrup just tangling there. And with the former Liverpool player, Ellie Fletcher, who you know extremely well, of course.
Yeah, Ellie's a good mate of mine, and I know she'll want to. Obviously, she was at Liverpool, so I know she'll want to get the win today.
Becky Jane Farhi. Now some space for Hodson, trying to link with Babajide. Just as I say at the moment, because she's been well marshalled, just can't get Rinsola Babajide into the game.
No.
Not enough at the moment, but she provided that really early threat with Rinsola.
Blackburn are dealing with her well at the moment. They know the threat she brings.
That cross that came so close to a goal. Edwards, danger here. That's a fine challenge from Leanne Robe on Natasha Fenton. Mel Lawley gliding past the defenders, but good challenge from the former Liverpool youngster Ali Johnson. Did really well there, Ali. Roberts. A bit of a loose ball. Robe did really well there. Had to make that. Towards Testrup. And Babajide will chase. And the defender, MacDonald, backing her own judgment in the end to get that away. Farhi to Babajide. As I say, sometimes I think, especially after scoring an absolute worldie last week against Sheffield United, probably Rinsola Babajide is going to find that, especially when you come to away grounds, they're going to get extra players behind the ball to block her off. But as we saw last week, she beat 6 of them and still scored.
Yeah, I think like Blackburn will know today the importance of marking her and make sure they get players around her, and they're doing that so far well today.
That's an awkward bouncing ball here, which Razza Roberts did well to get there. But away by MacDonald again for Blackburn. Here's Rachel Finesse. Testrup did well. Babajide. Now might be in. Babajide! Oh, that was close. That's what Rins is capable of, Amy, isn't it?
Yeah, she did. She seemed that there were so many players around her, but she still managed to get a shot off, so it's good work from her.
That is close. Didn't miss by much from Rinsola Babajide. So still goalless, but Liverpool FC women have certainly created some decent chances in this first half. Big mention as well for Liverpool keeper Rachel Laws, who pulled off a brilliant save as well at the other end. Good challenge from Taylor Hines. Battling away with Amy Hodgson. It was such a shame for Vicky at the moment without a couple of key players. Got Amy with us. Shame, Jade Bailey this week got injured last week. I thought it was a bad tackle on her last week, but we wish Jade all the best in her recovery. Hopefully she's back on the field in that number 8 jersey shortly. Kirsty Lynette, 2 been missing in recent games. Kirsty scored a fabulous goal here last season in the Women's FA Cup. Probably the goal of the game, even though Rins got 4.
Yeah, it was a good goal back here.
But Vicky Jepson's going to need every single one of the players to hopefully try and make this a very special season for Liverpool FC women. It's not easy. The name Liverpool means that teams that the Reds are coming up against this season in the FA Women's Championship all want to beat Liverpool. There's no question about that, is there? And that gives extra pressure as well, Amy, doesn't it?
Definitely, and I think as well, with us being the team that got relegated, every team's going to want to beat us and get points off us. So every team, they're going to show up, and it's their cup final for them.
It's certainly, as I say, on this right-hand side, Ash Hodgson in the team today has been really lively in the past few years. Ashley Hodgson has had a couple of really bad injuries. She's come back from ACL problem, kept her out for almost a year, then she came back and scored a great goal at Prenton Park last season. And a bad ball in that by Becky Jane. Here's Finesse for the second ball. Taylor Hines, thumped away by McDonald. Just over half an hour gone. Babajide, Lawley, Becky Jane, Maria Edwards is tracking back. Lawley again, nicely done. Jane, Hodgson trying to pick up the loose ball. Becky Jane again. Roberts. Testrup. Babajide. Nicely done. Now Finesse. Here's Mel Lawley. Red shirts in the middle. Driven ball into Testrup. And again, it's a case of so near but so far, Amy Rogers.
Yeah, that's been two really good balls just whipped across the face of goal. So if we can just get on the end of that, that's a almost certain goal for us.
Looking back at that replay, how close is that, by the way? Emily Testrup has been close on a few occasions. The former AS Roma striker in the opening half here in Bamber Bridge. And Jade Richards. Ali Johnson. Saffron Jordan. Works hard for the team, the Blackburn number 9, Saffron Jordan. And she's had their best opportunity, bringing the best out of Rachel Laws. Of course, Amy, got to mention again, it's a special weekend for the women's game. We promote FA Women's Weekend, promoting the sport. It's fantastic, isn't it? You know, trying to get young players as well, young females taking up the game. It's brilliant, isn't it? We spoke many times about how good Liverpool's development system is. It's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. It's a great weekend for the sport. Obviously, with the men's international break falling on that weekend, it's been brilliant. And obviously, this time last year we were playing at Anfield in front of so many fans. So hopefully, again, we can have more weekends like this in the future and we get lots of fans out to watch.
Had some good games already this weekend. Remember the former Liverpool player Laura Coombs, what a goal she scored against Manchester United yesterday.
Yeah, she's on fire at the moment. Obviously, she scored against us the other week, which obviously I wasn't happy that she scored, but it was a cracking goal. So yeah, she's doing really well.
Forward by Richards, still goalless here in this FA Women's Championship clash. I think from a red perspective, Liverpool FC women will probably wonder how it is still 0-0. Had some really good chances. Babajide and Lawley put some great balls in, but danger at the other end. Ali Johnson fizzing one in. Just like she used to do in her Liverpool days. Forward from left back.
Yeah, we know what threat Ali can bring on that wing. She's got a great left foot on her, so she's definitely a threat if she gets the ball in that area.
She had a song as well, didn't they? The fans used to sing Ali Johnson's name back in the Widnes days, you know.
Can't remember. They've got so many good songs. I can't remember them all.
Yeah, remember she scored at the old 3G surface in Widnes against Sheffield in a Continental Cup game. It's in the days when Liverpool had them, like obviously Caroline Weir before she went to Manchester City in the side.
Yeah, it was a great team, great quality players in that team.
There's Babajide again. Now, can she produce one moment of magic? Here's Testrup. Hodgson. Where's that going? It's off the bar, Testrup! Oh! One that got away, you have to say, but unbelievable that this. Look at this again from Ash Hodgson. On her left foot. Comes off the post. And Emily Testrup. Great chance.
Well, it was a cross by Ash, but then ended up hitting the post.
How is it still 0-0, Amy?
I don't know. We've had a good few open net chances, it seems, but we just need to make sure we capitalise on one of them at least in this half.
Here's Mel Lawley again, causing problems. Well, the flag's gone up as Hodgson gets in behind them here. Referee hasn't seen it. And the Blackburn manager, Jet McDonnell, had to tell the referee that that was offside in the end. So play will be brought back. Well, one thing's for sure, can't say they haven't had the chances. Liverpool certainly. Never mind 1-0, had chances to probably be 2 or 3-0 up here, Amy, haven't we really?
Yeah, we've had a good few chances, and they've had a good chance as well. Definitely, there could have been some goals already this half.
It's all about persevering. Keep trying. Don't let your heads go down. So important in games like this. Hines. Doyle. So about 6 minutes to go to half-time. And Vicky Jepson's side try and make a breakthrough here in Bamber Bridge. Becky Jane to Insola Babajide. Now popped across to the right-hand side. A difference of opinion whether that should be a free kick or not.
She got the ball, but then she also got Rinder's leg on the follow-through. I never really know of those challenges.
It will be Becky Jane to deliver. Flick on by Finesse. Kaylee MacDonald for Blackburn. To Jade Richards. Ali Johnson. Well read by Becky Jane. Good play, Lawley. Finesse. And Hodgson trying to get away here from Ellie Fletcher. Into the corner there, Ash Hodgson. And a goal kick is awarded. Showed her versatility already this season for Vicky Jepson's side as Ash Hodgson started the season at right back when Becky Jane wasn't quite fit enough to return. Did really well. But I think she prefers playing further forward. The pace and direct style. Certainly capable of getting in behind the opposition and scoring goals. Emily Testrup could have had a first half hat-trick. And Babajide, a challenge from Ali Johnson. Edwards. Lawley. Nice play from Mel Lawley. Composed. And two Blackburn players colliding with each other there, but in the end, Blackburn win it back.
Didn't quite see what happened there, I just saw them both on the floor.
I think it was a trailing leg, just caught a teammate, and that's what... Taylor Hines been a real good addition to the team. Settled in really well at left full-back. Leanne Robe. Well covered again from Ali Johnson. And good pressure. Liverpool will get the throw. Rhiannon Roberts. Couple of minutes to go to the break. And the red strike before half-time. First half probably been a case of missed opportunities. Some good chances. Ash Hodson, a cross-come shot, come off the post, and from the rebound, Amelie Testrup, who was earlier denied by a great save from Alexandra Brooks, put it over the top. Testrup has twice gone close from crosses from either flank from Rinsola Babajide and Mel Lawley. Rachel Finesse had a fierce drive blocked out too. But overall, Amy Rogers at 0-0, but played all right in first half.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have dominated majority of the possession. It's just creating chances and taking chances now, really, and obviously minimising what they can get.
And the free kick goes Blackburn's way. Just the 1 minute of added on time at the end of a so far goalless half here at the Sir Tom Finney Stadium in Bamber Bridge. Kaylee MacDonald with the set piece. Flag goes up. Free kick Liverpool's way. Far here again. Up towards Hodson. Razza Roberts crunching, wins it back. Here's Lawley. Testrup. Lawley. Becky Jane. Lovely 1-2. Lawley now. Can she pick out a red shirt? Pity that. That was a nice move, that.
Yeah, it was a great little 1-2 between Mel and Becky in there.
Now Rachel Finesse. Might break for Babajide here, but Ellie Fletcher did well again. Still Babajide. Hines. Babajide. Couldn't quite get the power. It was a good challenge, to be fair, as well, from Natasha Fenton. It's just blocked her out. And certainly Rinsola Babajide still capable of being a match winner here today. She produced one brilliant cross that Lawley Ash Hodson just couldn't quite put in at the back post. So goalless so far then here at half-time at Bamber Bridge. Liverpool have certainly had the chances. At the other end, Saffron Jordan denied by a brilliant save by Rachel Laws. Liverpool have had some great opportunities. Ash Hodson off the woodwork. Babajide put a great ball in that no one could convert at the back post. On another day, Amelie Testrup might have had 2 or 3 goals herself, but got to keep the heads up. They've played quite well in this opening half. I'm sure the goals will come if they continue playing it like this. But half-time here at Bamber Bridge, it's Blackburn Rovers 0, Liverpool FC Women 0.
Steven Gerrard was a force of nature. He was just a winner, he was a gladiator.
He'll do something in a game, you just think, is there anything this lad can't do?
Gerrard! Stevie G to the rescue again!
I would describe him as a genius.
He fights, he has great times, bad times, but he always was there, ready for the next challenge.
You'd have to be up there with the very best players that Liverpool have ever had, undoubtedly.
Winning the league after 30 years was, wow, what an achievement.
You have to earn the right to play for the club, but then you have to earn the right to be part of the history of the club.
To win it with these group of lads, you know, every single one of them, I'd give everything for.
When you do so well, you don't really know how big it is until maybe when the season finishes and you look back and think, how have we actually achieved that?
I always heard the people saying, why you won the Champions League, you won the league. And I always said, no, I won the both.
Since I came here, I say I want to win the Premier League with this club. What I'm seeing from the fans, what I'm seeing from people here is unbelievable. I'm really happy and enjoy it.
I didn't ever imagine how big the club could be and what impact it could have on my life. I had some tough times, but they've helped shape me, and I wouldn't have wanted to spend them, good or bad, anywhere else.
Winning one league title with Liverpool means more than winning 5 or 6 with a different club in the league.
Hopefully this is just the start of something special that we can all create together.
If you keep yourself hungry and want to achieve more, it will happen again.
It's about where your dad went, it's about where your grandfather went. It's about a build-up over the years of stories, of sounds, of smells, of memories, which you just simply can't replace anywhere else.
That was our manager, and everybody loves him.
A lot of time in my life I thought back to this moment.
How can a club like Liverpool never have won the cup? You realise just what it meant to people.
Nothing is impossible. Things change in football, in life like this.
I went through all this and I know what some families are going through, so give them a chance.
Every time I played at Anfield, wherever I was with the ball, it'd be like deja vu. Things that flash through your mind in half a second.
Shagley was convinced the reason we lost the cup final in '71 was because of the shirts.
They said it was like sacks on our back.
I was a posh jock.
You were?
Yeah,
Oh,
being from Edinburgh.
I went out for dinner with Kenny that night and I said to him, I said, look, this is the worst Liverpool side I've ever played in my life. This team's going to win nothing. And that's why I, of course, became a pundit.
Liverpool felt very much like the centre of the known universe. And of course, in the midst of all this, you have Bill Shankly, who fed off it, the Liverpool kind of arrogance, if you like.
What that fan park gave us, walking down to that ground, there was a belief in absolutely everyone.
I just wish I was 25 again so I have another 10 years, but life doesn't work like that, does it?
Well, we're at Bamber Bridge this afternoon on the women's weekend, and Liverpool somehow don't have at least 1 or 2 goal lead. Kirsty Lynette has been watching it with us. It's been really frustrating, that first half.
Yeah, extremely. We're creating a lot of chances. We're playing our patterns well. We're getting through, but we're just not taking our chances. And I think it's frustrating that we're not killing games off when we can. And the game should be half over by now. And obviously they've crept back in the game. They've had a really good chance as well. So it is frustrating. But hopefully we can start being a bit more clinical second half.
It looked as though it was going to be one of those clinical afternoons as well, because how well did you start? I mean, a couple of chances there within the first minute of the game. This is how long ago it was. The sun was out, but, you know, this was an opportunity first up for Threstrup, who was a late change into the side.
Yeah, it's a fantastic ball in, and it's dropped for Am, and she's a bit off balance and just not hit the bottom corner like she normally does. She'll be frustrated with that one. Like you say, it's just not going. It's a great save as well from the Blackburn keeper. Got to give her credit as well. She's been fantastic today.
Yeah, wind causing problems, 2 crosses into the box, and this was one had that ended up in the back of the net. Might have even challenged Babajidi's goal of the season contender last week.
Incredible chance, incredible volley, and what a header, by the way, from the Blackburn centre half. It's a great clearance there. I don't know how that's not gone in.
We could see how much of a danger Liverpool were posing, 2 of the chances that you saw there, but we also talked pre-match, didn't we, about Babajidi being that sprinkling of stardust, if you like. If she gets clear, if she gets the opportunity to create a chance or 2, then it will cause danger, and that was the way it played out in those first kind of 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Vince is always a threat, especially when she's got the ball. She's a great ball across the box. It's unfortunate we've not made it into the box to finish it.
What are they like as a striker? You know, the ball flashes across the box like that, and you're just trying to get anything you can on the end of it.
Yeah, you get anything on it, and it's in, isn't it? It's hit nicely across the box, and again, they'll be frustrated not to make that. Mel was really close, and Ash back post. It's unfortunate, and I'm sure Vic will be saying you've got to start making them balls back post.
Yeah, we spoke about the need to score more goals. As good as Liverpool have been with the chances that you've created, you need to be getting more of those goals. At the other end as well, we talk about how well you were in the final third of the pitch. When an odd opportunity presented itself at Blackburn, that's where you need your goalkeeper on point for you as well, isn't it? This was a great save.
Definitely, it's fantastic. She's come off the line. It's a great save from Lawsey. She's made herself really big, but it's just frustrating letting them creep into the game and have a clear-cut chance like that.
It just gave Blackburn a little glimmer of hope. Then they had a bit of a lift, didn't they, for the kind of next 5 or 6 minutes or so. Also, we showed you an agonising chance for Threstrup before. There was a couple of them in the game. Wasn't there balls that were flashed across the box that you just couldn't get anything on?
Yeah, no, it's just been one of them halves, hasn't it? It's just not going in for us. We've created loads of chances, and again, it's flashed across the box, and we're just not quite making it. And we'll be frustrated with them.
Yeah, I wonder how much it affects you when you are such a late change. I mean, she was starting on the bench, wasn't she, just prior to the game starting, comes in. Psychologically, you've got to be ready, haven't you? I think she had her head in her hands coming off the pitch at half-time there.
Definitely. She will be frustrated because she finishes them in training, and it's just not landed for her correctly when the balls have been across the box, but she knows that she can finish the 2 chances that she's had, and hopefully she can redeem herself second half. But she's a fantastic player, and she's got the ability to do that. We've seen it. She'll be frustrated, but second half will be more positive, hopefully. But we're creating the chances, which is a positive, so that's nice to see.
Let's have a look at one last chance that she had as well. It seems like we're on her back here. We're not. She was in the right place at the right time in all of these. I'm just wondering whether this was a cross or a shot from Ash Hodgson. She will probably be honest enough to say it was a cross, but ended up hitting the woodwork.
Definitely across that. Again, will be frustrated with that to not hit the target. It's landed on her left foot, but like I say, she will be frustrated as a number 9. We're taking them chances.
Blackburn will be fairly happy. They will have expected a game exactly like this, where you have all of the ball, you have a lot of chances to go in with a clean sheet at half-time. They will be delighted with it, I'm sure.
Yeah, they will be. They're still in the game. Obviously, they've created a couple of chances as well, but they are organised, and it's just about how we can take our chances now and be more clinical second half.
OK, thank you for now. Kirsty, just to mention as well, Leicester top of the division as things stand. Just looking at the results now, 4-1 up against Coventry at the half-time break, 0-0 between Sheffield United and Durham. So Leicester go to the top of the Championship as things stand. We have the full second half coming for you next here from Bamber Bridge.
LFC Trending is your weekly stop for all the freshest and most popular content across Liverpool Football Club's online and social platforms. With exclusive features and stories from around the club, to action and reaction from the first team, women and academy sides. Trending is the only place for your Reds roundup over the past 7 days. That's LFC Trending. New episodes every Thursday night, only on LFC TV.
It was in 1951 that Bill Shankly was first interviewed for the manager's job at Liverpool. There was a slight problem though. He wanted total control of team selection and the board were having none of it. The once mighty Reds were in rapid decline. They'd won the league in 1947, but by 1954 were relegated to the second division. Can you imagine that now? Liverpool went down. We still drew decent crowds in the second division, but the team was woeful. They once got battered 5-0 away at Huddersfield. And guess who the manager was? Yeah, Bill Shankly. We want Shankly as the cry. Now, Phil Taylor, our manager, was by all accounts a sound fella. But by November 1959, he'd had enough and resigned. This time, in the eyes of the Liverpool board, there was only one man for the job. Back then, though, Anfield was nothing like it is today. The ground was falling apart. There was no running water and grass was growing in the ever-widening gaps on the terraces. Shankly's first game was a 4-0 loss at home to Cardiff City, followed by a 3-0 Boxing Day defeat at Charlton. It was to be another miserable Christmas for the Redmen. The rebuilding job soon began, but Shanks quickly found out that the directors at the club lacked ambition. He tried to sign some cracking players, but was told there was no dough left in the club's coffers. Thankfully, one guy managed to sort it all out, and I bet you've never heard of him. Eric Sawyer joined the board as finance director and gave Shanks what he wanted. The great man then signed Ian St John and Ron Yates, and the rest is history. Shankly was an inspirational football manager. He loved us, the supporters, and we loved him. He was one of us, but most of all, he built Liverpool Football Club up and up until it became a bastion of invincibility. And for that, we shall remain forever grateful.
Welcome back, everybody. So on this special weekend, we're celebrating women's football all across the UK. It's still goalless between Blackburn Rovers and Liverpool FC women, but Vicky Jepson is going to make a tactical switch for the second half. The New Zealand international Michaela Moore, who was impressed when we've seen her in action, is going to come on for the second half in place of Amelie Tastrup. And certainly Michaela Moore, Amy Rodgers will provide a bit of bite in that midfield, won't she? She's a good competitor.
Definitely, I think Mouse, you know, she'll put a good challenge in. She's got good quality on the ball. I think she'll bring something good for us second half and hopefully help us stabilise a bit more and get some more clear-cut chances.
We may well see Rachel Finesse, who we can just see in discussions at the moment with Vicky Jepson on the pitch. We can see that Fernie might well play further forward in the second half, trying to get that goal.
Yeah, I'd like to think Fernie will go up in the 10 and then Mouse will sit in next to Raza, so I assume that's the plan, and hopefully Fernie can get up and get in some goal-scoring positions.
Yeah, Rachel Finesse certainly capable of grabbing a goal or two from that attacking midfield. I'm sure Vicky Jepson, Emma Humphreys will have said to the girls at half-time, try and get Rinsola Babajide into the game a bit more. I know she's being closely marked, but as we saw on a few occasions in that opening half, it only takes Rinsola Babajide a couple of moments of magic and she's in. There was one great effort which she fizzed over the top of the crossbar. Had some great chances in that first half. Of course, Vicky Jepson's side, Amelie Tastrup could have scored 2 or 3 herself from openings, hit the woodwork. Great save. And then Rachel Finesse, we saw that effort. It was an unbelievable block, that first time effort from a corner. But the referee back out for the second half now. And the second half will be getting underway at the Sir Tom Finney Stadium in Bamber Bridge very shortly. As I say, a midweek game on Wednesday night with Everton to come in the Continental Cup, but before we can start thinking about that, it's a big second half to come here for Liverpool FC women. Can they turn these chances into goals in this second half? Still remaining confident. Goals will come, Amy, won't they?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. We've had some very good chances, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more this half. It's just about us converting them and obviously keeping them out at the other end.
So just confirm that change in the end. Michaela Moore on for Testrup. Rachel Finesse will play further forward for Liverpool here in this second half. Here's an early touch for Rinsola Babajide. Back to Hines. Here's the captain, Niamh Farhi. Roberts. Ali Johnson. And Gemma Donnelly's side on the front foot. That's a dangerous ball over the top. And out comes Rachel Laws to really good effect as Amy Hodgson trying to break away. It's a dangerous ball out over the top. Really good play by Blackburn. And Rachel Laws always alert the keeper.
Yeah, that was a good ball over by Blackburn, and they almost caught us out there, but luckily Lawsy was on her toes and came out and swooped it up.
MacDonald. Back towards Jade Richards again. MacDonald. Ellie Fletcher, the former Liverpool player. Nice touch by Elise Hughes. And Leanne Rowe trying to cover. Good block by Rowe again. Blackburn trying to force some threat right at the start of the second half. As we said at half-time, Leicester being 4-1 up against Coventry, but as we said before, we can't start thinking about other results with just one team going up even at this early stage. Got back to winning ways against Sheffield United women last week. Long way to go in this one here today. Vicky Jepson made that change. Got to remain confident. Tight and tough games like this, and you get the chance, take that opportunity and get on the front foot. Here's Babajide. Brilliant play by Babajide, that. Here's Hodgson. With pace, Ashley Hodgson. And Liverpool get the early corner. And they'll start it with a super pass from Rinsola Babajide.
Yeah, it was a great ball and a good run by Ash as well, and obviously it's good to get a corner and get us in this threatening position.
Well, Michaela Moore, the New Zealand international, on for the second half, is in that 6-yard box as Mel Lawley prepares to take this corner for Liverpool here. Rachel Finesse is so good at corners, winning the header to good effect. Taylor Hines, well played by Taylor Hines, unfortunate. Becky Jane. Up towards Lawley, covered well by Ellie Fletcher. Amy Hodgson, Babajide tracking back to good effect. Road. Wouldn't quite release Michaela Moore. Saffron Jordan doing well, number 9. There's Niamh Farhi to snuff out the danger. Liverpool a little bit loose at the moment here at the start of the second half. Ali Johnson with a driving run forward. Rinsola Babajide, goal of the season contender last week. Can she provide that spark again for Liverpool here today? Robe. Becky Jane. Babajidi trying to break away. Forward by Nifahi again. Now Babajidi. Rachel Finesse trying to make a nuisance of herself in that penalty area again. Just leads the drive so well in there, Finesse, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's such an important player for that for us, and you saw that as soon as she came in January. At the start of this year, she's so good at driving us forward.
Elise Hughes trying to pick out a good run over the top there. And Blackburn have come out for the second half in a positive frame of mind as well. You have to say, Gemma Donnelly's side, and on the front foot, trying to get the Wales international Elise Hughes into the game more. Ellie Fletcher. Now Rachel Finesse. Can she get there? No. Jade Richards got a vital touch to block it back. Robe into Roberts. Now Lawley trying to turn, but Blackburn have possession here. Dangerous. Amy Hodgson out wide, trying to get there. It's done well, the youngster. To Amy Hodgson again. Fahy made the first block. Looping ball in. By Natasha Fenton, was deflected. Didn't quite know where that one was going to go, Amy. In the end, it's gone for a corner.
Looked like that one could have even looped in there, but we're lucky to get away with that, really. It wasn't good enough defending.
Wicked deflection off Nifahi, didn't it? Spins away from a corner. It will be Emma Doyle with the corner kick for Blackburn. And Finesse leaped really well there. She got it away. Vital touch. Good forceful work there from Becky Jane. Making sure that Liverpool got a free kick there. Nifahi, now space here for Taylor Hines. Trying to drive forward from left back. Lawley. Defended well from Gemma Donnelly's side again. Nifahi. Hines. Lawley. Good play. Ashley Hodgson. Mel Lawley again. Michaela Moore. Hodgson. Nice turn. Rhiannon Roberts. Lawley. Taylor Hines. Really good play by the left back. And a set piece in a good position here.
Yeah, it's a really good position for us. It's well worked by Mel and Taylor. Good run beyond.
Chance of a telling delivery. Can Mel Lawley provide it, the former Manchester City player? We always say it in commentary, don't we, Amy? But Rachel Finesse is a real threat from these. She's got a great leap. Can she get on the end of a Mel Lawley set piece? Taylor Hines with the second ball. Michaela Moore making a nuisance of herself in that penalty area as well. Fahy and towards Moore again. Jess Clark and the talented youngster Missy Bow-Kearns warming up as well. The Vicky Jepson side at the moment. No mistake. No, Jordan was through, but she put the ball in the net. The goal won't count. And this is a strange one, Amy Rogers, because what's been given here, play has been pulled back for a free kick has been given to Blackburn Rovers. So there wasn't an advantage which the Blackburn team aren't happy about. That has to go down as a bit of a let-off, that, doesn't it, really?
Massively, yeah. You think the referee would allow an advantage, but luckily for us, she hasn't.
Yeah, so the advantage wasn't played, and Saffron Jordan have found herself through. Let's have a look at it again. It's a handball, isn't it? Well, Leanne Roban, that's why the free kick has been given, but what's the old phrase, Amy? Be grateful for small mercies. I think that's, I have to say, this is dangerous, this. From the set piece, Rachel Laws has lined up the wall. Natasha Fenton. And Saffron Jordan will leave it for Fenton to clip it to the back post. That's a vital header in there from Niamh Fahy, the captain. And now Rachel Finesse will lead the breakaway. Super ball. Now Hodgson. Ash Hodgson is in. Babajide in the middle. Hodgson. Babajide, can she score? No. Still won't go in for Liverpool here. What a chance. Brilliant play there from Ashley Hodgson. Absolutely electric. Sometimes in one of those chances, Amy Rogers, it's a crazy one, but sometimes you see missed chances like that when you've got too much time and space to think.
Definitely, and I think you've got to give it to...
But the positives are they're creating good chances here, Liverpool FC women. If they keep creating them, surely one of them has to go in.
Yeah, got to give it to Alex Brooks as well. I think that was a cracking save from her. I don't know how she managed to do it.
Alexandra Brooks has been brilliant for Blackburn Rovers ladies today. It's such a big save.
Great save, Arnold!
As you say, you know, you don't want to sound overcritical, but Rince will look back and she'll know she should have scored there. It's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously it was a great save, but I think you can always think you can do more as a striker, and she could have hit it lower maybe into the corners, but it was a brilliant save at the end of the day.
It's a really good move, that. What a great ball it was from Rachel Finesse as well down the line to Hodgson. Super team move, that.
Yeah, and great awareness as well from Ash to know Rins was there and put that ball across into her.
So good chances are being created here at the Sir Tom Finney Stadium. And I think with all the Liverpool squad, the substitutes as well around us, if Liverpool can score here, you will hear an almighty roar. As Ash Hodgson is trying to break away again into that Blackburn Rovers penalty area. Yeah, I think it's safe to say, Amy, we'll probably be all shouting over each other when we can score here today.
Definitely, yeah. I think it was the same last week against Sheffield. The celebrations on the sideline when we scored, they were massive, and it's so important to us as a group.
Leanne Road tidying up at the back for Liverpool. Good play by Robe. Roberts trying to hit Babajidi, who's popped across to that right wing at the moment. And Vicky Jepson will still remain positive here. She knows her side should be leading, but there's a long way to go in this game. Seen it in all sorts of games, men's and women's side, and the team creates some golden chances. Just got to persevere, stick with it, stick together, and put away the next one that comes along. Hodgson chasing and charging down, working hard. Did well, Ash Hodgson again. Becky Jane.
Yes, Maz.
No foul, but Razza Roberts back there to win the ball back for Liverpool. Nii Fahy to Taylor Hines. Melissa Lawley. Good run by Mel Lawley. Good throw by Hines. Lawley again. Wide of the mark. That all came about. Nice quickly taken throw in that from Taylor Hines.
Yeah, that was well worked there, and you could see what Mel was trying to do, get it in at that near post.
Well, fans aren't allowed in the ground, so what you do? Watch from your bedroom window.
I love it. I've been mean about it there.
Brilliant. Of course, Bamber Bridge FC are not playing at the moment because the league that Bamber Bridge played in is in lockdown. But I often wonder with the houses over the far side behind the dugouts, what an almighty clearance at your window. This is dangerous. There's a set piece for Liverpool to defend against. Natasha Fenton over the set piece for Gemma Donnelly's team here. Vital are switched on. Leanne Robe was. In the end, shot from the long range by MacDonald, the centre-back. Just edged past the hour mark here at Bamber Bridge. Still goalless. And Sola Babajidi with the best chance of the half so far. Dangerous ball in, but well read by Rachel Laws as Saffron Jordan is trying to play Maria Edwards in. Made a good run. Good link-up play, that. Look at Laws, how alert she is.
Yeah, again, it's just really little things that are so important for a keeper to do. But you can see Blackburn growing in confidence as the game goes on.
Hodgson. Forward by MacDonald again. There's Nii Fahy for Liverpool here. Hines, finesse. Brilliant back by Rachel Finesse. Outstanding play. Lawley, good advantage. Lawley, but straight at the goalkeeper, Brooks. This is brilliant play there from Finesse. And Lawley just beginning to get in behind Blackburn, Mel Lawley, isn't she? Could she be the one to make the breakthrough here?
Yeah, I hope. I don't care who it is as long as someone does it, but yeah, it looks like Mel is looking lively second half.
And you've seen Jess Clark warming up again. I don't think it'll be too long before Jess is on into that Liverpool attack, I have to say. Loose ball. Away by the captain, Nii Fahy. Thumped away by Richards. It falls here for Saffron Jordan. Dangerous. Amy Hodgson. Well read. And Nii Fahy, it will be a goal kick. Babajidi in space. Chance to cut inside, maybe. Still Babajidi. She'll go for it with that left foot. Oh, it just wouldn't quite fall for Ash Hodgson.
Good save,
Good save again. by Brooks. Here's Babajide again. But the free kick goes in Blackburn's favour. Played well, hasn't she, Alexandra Brooks, Amy? You have to say that, the Blackburn keeper.
She's had a brilliant game, yeah. I think she's had quite a few clean sheets in the build-up to this game, so you can tell she's full of confidence and she's pulled off a really good performance so far.
Yeah, that was a vital save. But putting Babajide on that right-hand side, we see it can end up with your rewards because she can cut inside with that left peg. You go low, she can curl it into the top corner. Still plenty of time here at Bamber Bridge to find that goal. Got to keep persevering. Which they are, to be fair, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're still creating chances. If we weren't creating chances, then I'd be a bit more concerned. But we're creating chances. It's just someone being composed and taking it.
Michaela Moore. Good ball. Babajide. Becky Jane makes the run on the overlap. Here is Becky Jane. Corner ball. It will be Mel Lawley. It's gone short. Babajide, nicely done. She'll have a go here, Ince. Well charged down. And Becky Jane with the second ball. Back to Mel Lawley again. Good play by Lawley. And far he had stayed forward. But Jade Richards, summer recruit from Villa, has had a good game at the heart of that defence for Blackburn. Alongside Kaylee McDonald. Brilliant play there by the skipper, Niamh Fahey. It's what you need in these games, battling qualities. Win that ball back, Amy Rogers style.
Yeah,
that's what you do.
Yeah, we just need that fight, and as soon as we lose the ball, we win it back and we go again and try and get another chance.
Michaela Moore up towards finesse. It's just caught Ellie Fletcher. So still goalless here at the Sir Tom Finney Stadium. Battling performance from Blackburn Rovers ladies. So far frustrating Liverpool this afternoon. Becky Jane. Emma Doyle. Good challenge from Finesse. Great tackle by Razza Roberts, but it just breaks for a Blackburn jersey. Dangerous run here. And Rachel Laws. Did she get the touch? She did. Driving run from that left-hand side. Former Liverpool player Ali Johnson, isn't it? She's got such a good left foot, and Rachel Laws had to be at her most alert there.
I've seen her score plenty of goals from that sort of position, so she's definitely a threat there, and luckily Laws has pulled off a save.
Well, Blackburn are dangerous at the other end as well. Just got to keep an eye on that situation. As the floodlights come on here at the stadium. Goalless it remains so far. Whipped in by Doyle. Babajide gets it away. Hodson trying to get to the loose ball. Ali Johnson was there first for Blackburn Rovers. Trying to get into a shooting position. Liverpool trying to block that out, and they will do with Taylor Hines. Finesse will take over. Good strength from Rachel Finesse again. Moore. Well won back by Hines. Fahey, good pass. Space for Becky Jane, overlapping that. Here's Babajide. Babajide. And again, the keeper, Brooks, holds on well. That's good. Every time Babajide gets it, just get a shot away. You never know.
Yeah.
Keep persisting.
Yeah, I think we need to test Alex Brooks a little bit more. I think she's put off some good saves, but they have been kind of close to her.
And Liverpool get the free kick in the end. It was a bit of a loose back pass. The Blackburn management team are not too happy about that one. Need far here again. Hines. "20 minutes to go here in Bamber Bridge." And Liverpool FC women find that vital goal. Hines. Lawley. Well, Vicky Jepson, and I spoke to her earlier on in the week, was so right. As I said to you before, you know, when you look at them games last season in competitions, winning 6-0 and 8-0 here, and she said, hey, I'm going to tell the team, you can't come here thinking those scorelines are going to happen again. It might have done had the earlier chances been taken. There's certainly creating some good opportunities in this game, of that there's no doubt, but at the moment it's just a bit of a battle developing, isn't it, Amy?
Yeah, I think if we'd have taken some of those early chances, it definitely would have been a different game. But the longer we've not scored for her, I think the more Blackburn have grown in confidence, really.
Now Babajide. Good play. Becky Jane. Covered well by Jade Richards. With Babajide trying to get in behind Blackburn again. And frustrating for Babajide, it won't be a corner. It will be a goal kick. Michaela Moore, now Roberts. Hodgson making that overlapping run. Good covering again by Jade Richards. Roberts. Hines. Lawley. Away by Johnson. Now Roberts. Will she have a crack? Just couldn't keep it down, the Wales international, Raza Roberts. It was worth a dig this though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think like Raza, she's got a great shot on her, so I'd like to see midfielders shooting out from that area.
Still goalless it remains here at the Sir Tom Finney Stadium. Finesse. Good play by Finesse again, in the thick of the action. Lawley. And Taylor Hines, the late challenge on Amy Hudson. And Blackburn Rovers will get the free kick here. And hopefully very soon, I think Jess Clark's moment will arrive. Certainly capable is Jess of making something happen in the final third for Liverpool here. And you've got to keep going right to the end, haven't you, in games like this?
Yeah, well, I always think another chance is going to come, and you've just got to be ready for when it comes and composed and take it.
You've got to be careful at the other end as well, with the dangerous Saffron Jordan. That's a late challenge from Rhiannon Roberts.
Yeah, we need to be really careful because these are the opportunities Blackburn will look for, and they've made quite a few in open play as well, so we need to be careful that they don't sneak a goal in.
You've got to love the passion of Riley as well, your teammate there, our Canadian keeper Riley Foster. Cheering on the girls, you can hear in the background, it's brilliant. Passion, it's what it's all about. Got to keep it going right to the end. Got to be careful here though at 0-0. Dangerous set piece. In by Fenton, towards the back post. Thumped away by Roberts. Away by Ali Johnson. Well done, Babajide. Now Rinsola Babajide sets off. Rinsola Babajide, can she score here? No, it's saved again. Unbelievable. Alexandra Brooks has been absolutely magnificent for Blackburn. What a chance. And I repeat, I sound like a broken record in commentary here, Amy. Got to keep going, haven't they? Got to keep at it.
Yeah, we just need to take our chances now.
In by Mel Lawley. Roberts did well. Babajide this time. Blocked. Babajide still. Good challenge. And Blackburn are trying to hit Liverpool on the counter-attack here. Got to be careful. Finesse trying to get back. Look at Rachel Finesse in the left-back position there for Vicky Jepson's side here. Finesse inviting Ash Hodgson. Can she get there? She can. Defended well by Ellie Fletcher. Just under 15 to go. Liverpool had some glorious opportunities here today. Then by Lawley, offside. But Rinsola Babajide, 2 1v1 opportunities. That last chance, she just created that with her own pace. Directness, ran at them.
Yeah, she does that range. She's got that natural pace that will create chances for her.
And she's had 2 now, Amy. 3rd time lucky.
I hope so.
And I'm going to stop saying can she score until she puts it in. There's still time here, folks. You've got to applaud Blackburn Rovers as well, Gemma Donnelly, to say, well-drilled team. They've given it everything they have. And they've tried to frustrate Liverpool at times. They've defended really well. But the big moments in this game, and Liverpool have had some big moments. You have to take them. Forward by Rode. Here's Taylor Hines for Liverpool. Lawley. Running at Blackburn again, Mel Lawley. It's a really good run. Couldn't quite get the ball past the near post. And a couple of good runs like that, Mel Lawley down that flank. Couldn't quite get the telling ball in. Robe. Michaela Moore. Good switch. Now Becky Jane. Babajide again. Well covered at the back by Leanne Robe. Driving run from midfield by Raza Roberts here. A link with Babajide. And Vicky Jepson will finally be allowed to get Jess Clark on here very shortly. And Jess is certainly an experienced forward from Leeds, England international. She's certainly capable of being the match winner. Well, Vicky Jepson and the team need her today. Got to be careful as well here. 1 or 2 tired legs, maybe. Put so much effort into this. Important they don't get frustrated. That's a late challenge from Michaela Moore, which is penalised.
I think we were lucky again there, because if they'd played advantage, Saffron could have been in.
Liverpool are trying to attract the referee's attention. Substitution will be allowed next break in play as and Jess Clark will get her opportunity now to come on here for Liverpool. And Liverpool making the change. So Rinsola Babashidi is off. And Jess Clark coming on for Liverpool here. And Jess Clark saved the day for Liverpool and inspired the Reds to a winner. Blackburn also getting ready to make a change themselves as well. Chelsea Jukes, the right back, who's going to come on. Ex-Everton youngster is going to come on in place of Maria Edwards. I think Liverpool were frustrated there because they felt the player could have gone off over the other side of the field, but she didn't, and the change is made.
Yeah, they were the sort of things we were doing against Sheffield last week, so I guess you give in, you take it, I guess, with those things.
As I say, Jess, capable of producing a magical moment, isn't she?
100%, I think. Jess has been looking really sharp in training, she's doing really well, so hopefully she can get us a chance.
And Jess Clark trying to get in on the action straight away. Roberts to Becky Jane. Roberts again. Nifahi. Of course, can Liverpool get a winner here, which could prove so vital for the season. Finesse, who's chasing loose balls again. The goalkeeper didn't quite get there. And Rachel Finesse is a little bit unfortunate there, really. Blackburn clear the lines. Roberts with a flick. But the excellent Jade Richards is there for Blackburn again. There's still time to get a winner. Look at the first team last season under Jurgen Klopp. Late winners all over the show. It's a good trait to have as a team. Got to keep it going. Believe everything's possible until that final whistle goes. At 0-0 so far here in the league. And the reason, as I say, for the importance to try and get this winning goal is because at the end of the season, only one team goes up, which is what Liverpool's main aim is, to try and get back into that WSL. Here's Lawley. Trying to link with Ash Hudson. In comes Michaela Moore.
That's after the ball again.
The challenges coming in thick and fast. Right to the end. Gonna keep pushing forward. Sometimes, as I say, games like this is when you do miss the travelling Liverpool fans. I know you're all singing in your homes and hoping for this late breakthrough. Had some great chances here today. It's gone in the box towards Michaela Moore from Roberts. Just overhit. As I say, Amy, Liverpool as a club is associated with late drama. So there's still a long way to go here.
Yeah.
Still got to be careful at the other end as well, though. With Blackburn on the break. Across comes Leanne Robe. Lee Farhi doing really well. The skipper again. 5 minutes to go here at the Sir Tom Finney Stadium. Some golden opportunities. But we hope it's not going to be one of those days. Here's Jess Clark. Niamh Farhi rides the challenge. Brilliant by the captain. Superb. Here's Lawley. Becky Jane. Space now here for Hodson. Can Rhiannon Roberts get there? Clark at the near post. But Alexandra Brooks holds on. It was a nice little move, that. Razza Roberts getting forward well.
Yeah, it was a good run by Razza, good pass by Ash.
Just wondering before the end here, though, Amy, can Liverpool get a position for Rachel Furness, maybe to try one from long range? We know how capable she is. Jess Clark chasing the loose ball. Rachel Furness chasing the goalkeeper. Alexandra Brooks. Finesse. Hodson. There's Niamh Farhi. Special day for Niamh, as I say, 50 Liverpool appearances up to date. Taylor Hines. Good run by the left back. It's Hines. Drive forward. Liverpool's number 12, Taylor Hines. It's worth an effort. Couldn't hit the target. We make it around 3 minutes plus stoppage time. Still to go here. Still Vicky Jepson's side keep their belief. Fighting for everything. Finesse. Lawley. Great run by Mel Lawley.
Come on! Hey, put your bodies on the line! Come on!
And we understand there'll probably only be 2 minutes of added on time. We've got to make the most of this set piece here.
Yeah, we have to. It's so important, this, and hopefully we can get a good delivery and get one of our big headers on it.
And it will be Mel Lawley to swing it in. Headed down in the end, the keeper holds on with Michaela Moore. And Jess Clark again in that 6-yard box, but Alexandra Brooks has had a memorable game for Blackburn Rovers. Ladies, one fantastic save to deny Amelie Testrup first half. Two, you have to say, two unbelievable saves by the goalkeeper in the second half to deny Rinsola Babajide.
Yeah, they were brilliant saves, to be honest. And whenever there's a 1v1 and with a striker and a keeper, you always think the striker's got the advantage, but she's pulled off some great saves in there.
You're right, it's a tough one, Amy, isn't it? Because you can criticise, maybe say I should have scored there, but you've got to give the goalkeeper credit. Unbelievable saves. Blackburn trying to get a corner themselves here, but Rachel Laws will pick up the loose ball. Last minute of the game, stoppage time to come. There's the one last chance. Well, Finesse getting in behind Blackburn here. Great play by Finesse again. In by Lawley. Clark! Oh, that was the chance, wasn't it? Finesse to Mel Lawley. Fabulous play. And Jess Clark on the stretch. That was the chance. To be fair to Amy, I think Amy's probably a bit speechless there as well, and probably sums up the frustrations of the kind of day it's been. Some days it just happens, doesn't it? In football, it's a crazy old game at times. But this one, you have to say Liverpool, in terms of chances created. Here's Hodgson. Clark again. Michaela Moore. Becky Jane. Roberts. Couldn't get the height on the cross. I remember in the 89-90 season at first team level, you know, under Sir Kenny Dalglish, Liverpool had beaten Crystal Palace 9-0 at Anfield, and a few days later Norwich City came to Anfield and it finished 0-0. Liverpool missed some great chances. Glenn Hussein had one kicked off the line at the end, and it's similar, 8-0 in the cup, and here 0-0 just after that. But Liverpool still believe. Had some golden chances. Finesse was deflected, was it? No goal kick. Well, you can't fault the likes of the effort. Rachel Finesse tried her best here in this game. The golden chances. But you know what, folks? I'm still going to remain positive. Even if it ends 0-0 here, there's a heck of a long way to go for the end of the season. Still got to play all these teams in the league. Yeah, you have a couple of slip-ups. Things are not always going to go your own way. But they will look back on this. Vicky Jepson undoubtedly is one that got away if it does end up ending 0-0. There's Rachel Finesse. Hines. Finesse. Well, it's a tale of missed opportunities, you have to say, in the end. Real frustration would probably sum up the Liverpool feeling after this one. Some great opportunities. You have to say as well, you've got to give full credit to Alexandra Brooks in the Blackburn Rovers goal, who was unbeatable, the goalkeeper. It happens in football. Players miss chances. 1 week he can be the hero, the next week he can miss chances. But 3 one-on-ones Liverpool had in the second half, through 2 from Rinsola Babajide, right at the end from Jess Clark. Big opportunity. Amelie Testrup had chances. Ash Hodgson hit the post. Rachel Laws made one good save, but Liverpool, it's one that got away today, no doubt about that. It finished Blackburn Rovers 0, Liverpool 0.
Liverpool, 1st of September 1892. The beginning of the football season. Everyone's at the newly built Goodison Park, but one man is notably absent. Today, John Holding, Anfield landlord, brewer, businessman, and now ex-president of Everton FC, puts his reputation on the line. In a local house, in a makeshift changing room, his new team prepares. Assembled in weeks, they are Holding's greatest gamble. Liverpool Football Club, defiant in blue and white, takes to the pitch for the first time, with not even 100 people watching. Liverpool choose to attack the Anfield Road end. Holding ceremoniously kicks off, and he's barely left the pitch when Loudmouth Miller scores the club's first ever goal. No one expected that, but this is a team of Scotsmen chosen for their mastery of the ball. Captain Andy Hanna, former Everton skipper and master tactician, marshals his men. James McBride, tiny but nimble, is a Blair at right back. Funny man Malky McVean dances across centre field. Duncan, the Wall McLean, stops Rotherham Town dead. The team of Max thunders to a 7-1 victory. Holdings Boulders venture is paying off beautifully. And the rest, well, it's history.
LFC Trending is your weekly stop for all the freshest and most popular content across Liverpool Football Club's online and social platforms. With exclusive features and stories from around the club, to action and reaction from the first team, women and academy sides. Trending is the only place for your Reds roundup over the past 7 days. That's LFC Trending, new episodes every Thursday night, only on LFC TV.
Winning the league after 30 years was, wow, what an achievement.
You have to earn the right to play for the club, but then you have to earn the right to be part of the history of the club.
To win it with these group of lads, you know, every single one of them, I'd give everything for.
When you do so well, you don't really know how big it is until maybe when the season finishes and you look back and think, how have we actually achieved that?
I always heard the people saying, why you won the Champions League, you won the league. And I always said, no, I won the both.
Since I came here, I say I want to win the Premier League with this club. What I'm seeing from the fans, what I'm seeing from people here is unbelievable. I'm really happy and enjoy it.
I didn't ever imagine how big the club could be and what impact it could have on my life. I had some tough times that have helped shape me, and I wouldn't have wanted to spend them, good or bad, anywhere else.
Winning one league title with Liverpool means more than winning 5 or 6 with a different club in the league.
Hopefully this is just the start of something special that we can all create together.
If you keep yourself hungry and want to achieve more, it will happen again.
We've been at Bamber Bridge this afternoon for Liverpool women taking on Blackburn Rovers on the women's weekend. But we start with some really sad news this afternoon, some news that's broken in the last hour, that one of the all-time Liverpool greats, Ray Clemence, has passed away at the age of 72. His family have released this statement in the last hour that says, with great sadness, we write to tell you that Ray Clemence passed away peacefully today, surrounded by his loving family. After fighting so hard for such a long time, he's now at peace and in no more pain. The family would like to say a huge thank you for all the love and support that he's received over the years. He was loved so much by all of us, and he will never be forgotten. Some really sad news today. Ray Clemence has passed away. We were with the women's weekend today. Liverpool ladies, Liverpool women, I should say, taking on Blackburn ladies here at Bamber Bridge, and it finished 0-0, end-to-end game. Kirsty Lynette was watching it with us, and you can't quite believe that it's ended that way. It looked like it was going to be a game full of goals.
I can't believe it. I can't believe we've not managed to put the ball in the back of the net. It's obviously a very frustrating day for us all, and we'll be really disappointed with the result today because, like I said, we've had a lot of chances today.
We were saying at half-time, weren't we, that there was always going to be chances. You were always going to have a lot of the ball. Blackburn came into the game a little bit more in that second half, but there was still a glut of chances that you should have put away.
Yeah, definitely. I think they've put up a great performance today, Blackburn. They defended really well and created chances for themselves. But again, I think we've missed a lot of chances, and it's upsetting to come away with just 1 point today. We didn't deserve that for the amount of chances we created, but I guess that's football sometimes. I still can't believe that we've only got a point today.
We mentioned it before the show started as well, the fact that you've beaten them 6 and 8 in previous cup games. It sometimes doesn't have any bearing over the next time you play them. They've clearly improved an awful lot as well.
Yeah, they have. They've added a lot of really good players to their squad, and credit to them today as well. Let's not forget that they've played really well. Their goalkeeper had a fantastic game, so credit to them. But again, we've missed some very, very good chances today, a lot of clear-cut chances, and we will be disappointed.
OK, well, we're looking pitch side now. I think we are in a position where we can maybe hear from one of the Liverpool players. Can we? Niamh Fahy, who is with Steve Hunter.
one that got away that today?
Yeah, I think so. Like, very frustrating game. I think we had all the majority possession, all the best chances. So yeah, definitely one that got away. So disappointing with just the point.
I mean, Blackburn made it tough here. You knew they were going to try and do that. It turned into a bit of a battle in the second half, and you've got to, suppose, give their goalkeeper credit, who made some magnificent saves.
Yeah, I think so. Like, she pulled off some great saves, to be fair, but I think we'll be disappointed if we didn't at least take one of the chances throughout the 90 minutes.
But you kept going. And even at the end, you had that great chance.
I know. It's just one of them days. I think keeper's she's had a worldie, to be fair, and then it just hasn't come off someone's shin into the back of the net for us. But yeah, what can you say? It's just one of those days.
It's a setback, but setbacks happen in football. There's still a heck of a long way to go in this season, isn't it?
Yeah, there is. There's going to be. It's a tough league, and we're still adjusting to the battles and the physicality and the direct play. But I think we've coped with that now. It's just about being a bit more clinical in front of goals and seeing teams off.
I was going to ask you as well, Niamh, obviously the club received some very sad news this afternoon with the passing of Liverpool icon, really, goalkeeper Ray Clemence.
Yeah, obviously condolences to all his family, and a Liverpool legend. So yeah, all I can say is offer my condolences, and may he rest in peace.
Slight pause, going to do some Everton questions for Alfred. We're doing the
thank you, Steve. With Niamh Farhi, pleased to say that Vicky Jepson has joined us. I say pleased because it's the cut of a very frustrated figure. As I think everybody watching at home, you can't quite believe it's finished 0-0, Vic.
We'll be here at 12 tonight, we still wouldn't find the back of the net. When you have 6 clean-cut chances like we did and we couldn't find the back of the net, it's disappointing for all of us today. Credit to Alex Brooks, because I thought she was incredible in net today for Blackburn. But yeah, it's a frustrating day for us.
What do you put that down to, though? Because we were just mentioning before that the quality of the chances that you did create were clear-cut enough to finish with a much different scoreline today.
That's just composure in front of goal. It's something that we've had, so it's not like we don't possess that. Some of them, though, are great saves from Alex that, maybe other keepers wouldn't save, so credit to her. But for us, it's really disappointing because we dominated possession, we played through the thirds, and we created clear-cut opportunities. They weren't scrappy opportunities, they were in behind, 1v1 with the keeper moments, and we still couldn't finish them. So I have to pick those players up because they are absolutely devastated that they've not got those 3 points for the team by finding the back of the net. But at the same time, they've got to be better. And at this level and in this league, when we've got an agenda like we have to be coming away from these places with 3 points. And unfortunately, today we only walk away with 1.
Is that the précis almost of what you said to them there, that yeah, there is a long way to go in the season, but these are games that you really need to pick up 3 points and score a lot of goals with the chances you create?
Yeah, a few firm words in the huddle over there, because we have high standards. Of course, Liverpool Football Club has high standards. We expect more from our players to be finishing these games off. We didn't come into it complacent. We had good standards throughout. We created a lot of opportunities, and it's disappointing that we come away with that 1 point. But I think we've got 12 games left, I think it is. No, 13 games left now. It's a long season left to play. Other teams are dropping points, and unfortunately, we're one of those teams that have dropped points today, which is something that we're going to have to reflect on. But it could be worse. You could be walking away with none. So, that's the way to look at it, is put a positive spin on it, I guess.
Yeah, because there is strength of character that you pick up from occasions like this. You do have those games where defenders will have the game of their life, and like you mentioned before, the goalkeeper was on a different stratosphere with some of the saves she made.
I think the thing is, Pete, when you turn up here to someone's home ground, they've got that home advantage on this pitch. They all sit behind the ball. You've got all 11 players behind the ball, and because it is Liverpool, they raise their standards an extra 10%. So we have to deal with that. I thought we did. It was just that missing piece to the jigsaw, which was finding the back of the net today, and unfortunately it wasn't to be.
Has that been the key difference in those two divisions, that you are coming up against that style every single week now? It's the two big firm blocks that don't want to let you through.
Yeah, it was the same away at Lewis. They sit everybody behind the ball, and they pray to live off one of our mistakes that gives them the goal. Today we didn't make many mistakes in possession, which was good to see. But yeah, we did actually break their block down with opportunities on transitions and in behind, and it just wasn't to be. And it's something that will haunt me tonight, and it will frustrate me all tomorrow, and they'll be back in with the group on Tuesday, ready to focus on the Everton game.
Vic, do you want to stay with us and have a look at some of those chances?
Yes.
Certainly where the second half is concerned as well. I mean, we were talking about it before, weren't we, in terms of those big opportunities that perhaps you would have created today, and Rinsola Babajide featured so heavily in some of these discussions. You will put your house on a score in this position.
Oh gosh, it's so frustrating to see that. I think Rins is going to be gutted. I think Ash Hodson does fantastic here, by the way, to get in behind and Rinsey running in front. It's just a pass in the corner, isn't it? I think we've made it easy for Alex to get a hand to that. I know Rins will be frustrated, and when we review the chances that we did create, I know that there will be heads a little bit low, so I'm going to have to pick everybody back up because, like I said to the girls, 13 games left, we can't be too down in the dumps. We've got a point. We've got to make sure that we're ticking off 3 points, though, the rest of the games.
Big moments in games as well, Kirsty. We see that opportunity go begging and then they break at the other end, and it's, as you might guess, a Liverpool former player that almost stole the opportunity to put Blackburn a goal up.
Yeah, credit to Ali Johnson today. I thought she had a fantastic game down the left, and she caused us a lot of problems, actually. She was involved in a lot of their attacking play, so yeah, she did well today.
Another opportunity for Rinsola, almost the carbon copy, Kirsty, as well, to the one that we saw before. Talk us through this as a striker when this happens to you.
She's broke away. She's done fantastic to get away from the two defenders, and again, we've made it quite easy for the keeper. She's had a fantastic game, but we need to hit the corners.
Thing is, I'd put my house on Rinsey finishing those moments because she is so clinical, and to see it back is quite frustrating for me as the manager. But you know, what can I say? Like I say, if we were still here tonight at 12, I can't see us finding the back of the net.
I think
some days aren't yours, and today I don't think was ours.
I think you'd be pulling the hat over your eyes when you see Jess Clark's chance as well. It was another of the same, wasn't it? Strikers go through days like this as much as defenders and goalkeepers go through days like this. Talk us through this one, Vic, from your perspective.
It's just, look how we're getting in behind, and it's just a tap at the back post. We've done the work for her by that driven ball in the box. Do you know what that was? Offside. It did so you would have seen that go in and then we'd be called offside. That was our luck today, I think. But like you can see from the clip, so the opportunities that we've created, that we did break them down, we did get in behind, we did create opportunities. They're the positives. The disappointment is we didn't do enough in front of goal to finish.
Maybe finish with you, Kirsty, as well, in terms of obviously you're hoping to be back fit again soon. You have an opportunity quickly against Everton in the week to get this one out of your system and hopefully score some goals again.
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously disappointing today. There was no excuses to not come away with 3 points, but we go again and we start again on Tuesday, and a big game against Everton. Obviously, we all love a derby, so that'll be a good challenge for us all.
Well, listen, we wish you well individually. Kirsty, like to see you back out there soon, and Vic, enjoy if you can your Sunday night. Hopefully you can watch that back tomorrow. Thank you at home. To you for watching as well on this women's weekend, and we'll see you next time. On Wednesday night, we're live again with the Liverpool women. Bye-bye.
I came from a mining family. My father was a miner. Resided